Linfield Coaches CatChat of the 2023-2024 school year. Joe Stuart here with head women's soccer coach Steve Simmons out here on the beautiful Linfield Soccer and Lacrosse facility. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm great. What, 2023-24? Wow, I tell you what.
I felt a little old saying that myself.
A little bit, yeah, but exciting though.
Yeah,
exciting.
And it is game week. You guys are headed down to California in just a couple days to play a couple SCIAC schools. Got a couple weeks of training under your belt. How have the vibes been? How is everything going preseason training? What have you liked from practices and from your couple of scrimmages you've gotten to play?
Yeah, the preseason has gone on pretty well. I think the vibe is pretty positive, and to be fair, most vibes around the country are pretty positive. Everybody's everybody has doesn't have any losses. But in fairness, with a larger returning group, and the mentoring that has gone on during the spring and summer from the returning group to the incoming freshmen has been super positive. And so that just yields us a group that is pretty hungry, and they're thankful that they're here to play with each other.
Yeah, kind of for the first time back in your tenure, back running the program again. This is kind of one of the first years where you've had a large amount of players that have real experience under their belt from the year before.
Sure.
Health is looking good, which has been an issue the last couple of years. But a 6th place finish last year with all these returning players. Where do you kind of put the state of the program?
I think where the trajectory is where we probably would think where we're at, which is a positive trajectory. I think the league has got tougher, honestly, which is a good thing. Last year having 2 teams go to the tournament, which is a great thing, was super positive for us. No coaching changes on the women's side this year, which means there's more stability. So, the level all the way around, I think, is going to be better. And so we need to bring our A game, and that's good. That's something that the players know going into the summer that they were wanting to do. So I think going into it, these first 4 games that we play that are non-conference will, we'll be able to be battle tested going into our first conference game in a couple weeks.
So as this group continues to get better and continues to mature, put a lot of work in this summer, what are the key fundamentals for this team to get back above 500?
Yeah, we wanted to maybe be a touch more pragmatic and reduce or improve our goals against. We want to improve that stat for sure, but we still want to be able to be on the front foot when we're going against teams, be aggressive and attacking. So there's a balance that we're trying to strike, and I think we've had a good opportunity over preseason to lay down that foundation. So that's one, and then number 2, get to know some of the new players and how they figure in the rotation of the team, because as we get into it, especially with the Saturday-Sunday games, we're going to need a larger squad and bodies to be able to chop up the minutes. So those are probably the 2 main things.
Offensively was where there was probably the most consistency last year, especially with the shot creation.
Yeah.
You did lose a little bit of production just to graduation, as teams often do, but obviously you're leading goal scorer Lainey Green, Kenna Blick, somebody who could create a lot of points for you guys as well. Obviously, Janae Lewis comes back with 2nd on the team in points last year. But where do you expect to kind of see that production come back from those players that you lost last year?
Yeah, anytime you lose points to graduation, it's something every team has to deal with. So we'll have to do that as well. But I think with our attacking players, call it our front 6, maybe front 4, we feel pretty good about where we're at there. We've got some returning players that we feel can really help us out. You've already mentioned Janae, and Anna Daisy will be a redshirt junior for us, and is always getting better. Kamahia Samudio is another one who's a junior for us, who is it takes time, but they're starting to get traction of understanding how we want to play, and then we've got some new players got transferred. Jocelyn Jacobs from Western, who knows a number of our girls on the team that I think we're pretty excited for her, and we got an international student from Germany, Leah Miko, who plays at a pretty good level back home, and gets it. So that I feel pretty good about where we're at with some of the attacking pieces. And so, we're going to try to be just as aggressive as we've been in the past.
Yeah, and then defensively, it was clear that there was some real talent there last year, but it was young. Obviously, Bella Hanna comes away with second team all-conference just as a freshman.
Right.
But Sidra Griffin, Mia Kirkaz, Sidra going to be a junior this year, but Mia just a sophomore. I mean, these were players that were really getting their first runs on playing on the defensive line at the college level. Expectation for how that group can improve as they get it.
Yeah, I think they're going to improve because they're going to get older, right? And they have experience. So, the majority of that bunch already knows what's coming, and that's huge. That's a big, big part of it, and they know where we need to improve. So with a returning bunch, there's a good chunk of players that have prepared properly and know that we need to do defensively, but also help us in the attack. And then, we still have a pretty robust goalkeeping core with, Lexi Fritz and Emily Miller and Emma Mulligan who, day in, day out usually push each other and battle to raise the level. So we're feeling pretty good there. And what that does, it allows for the new players, the younger players, to kind of incubate them a little bit, right? They don't have to be thrown into the fire right away. But, if they get it and they're good enough, that's fine. They'll find themselves in the lineup. So, because we want to keep it honestly competitive as much as possible.
You mentioned your goalkeepers there, obviously, two veterans and Emily Miller and Emma Mulligan. But last year it was Alexa Fritz as a freshman who ended up starting the final 9 matches of the year for you guys. 84% save rate over those 9 matches. Do you expect her to be holding it down between the posts again when you start the season?
I think that's probably fair to say. But I'm telling you, when we watch those three train and go at it, they push the level and they push each other. So we're pretty fortunate to have again a strong goalkeeper core that at any point could start, and if not starting, could step in if needed. So. Those are good things to have.
So you leave for Wednesday for California, going down to play Caltech on Friday, Redlands on Sunday. SCIAC, obviously, solid soccer conference. Those are 2 competitive teams. What are you looking for from the first 2 matches?
Well, we had a couple exhibitions going in, and then our goals for those exhibitions is to get our match fitness in. So and to prepare this week for the California trip, and so. We want to be aggressive on the road. We're going to have 2 really good games against two programs that had good seasons last year, and it's always good to see different kind of faces, and it forces us to maybe have to think on the fly. But we want to be on. Again, I keep saying we want to be on the front foot, and we want to be able to dictate things. And if we can do that, I think we'll be in a good spot. These girls they're well traveled. We went to the Midwest last year. And so they know what it's about, that there's a fun element to it, but there's also a business trip. So with the returning players, they know this, so that's a blessing to have returners.
Sure, got to take care of business.
Exactly.
All right, the Wildcats beginning their season on the road this weekend, heading down to play Caltech on Friday, Redlands on Sunday. They'll return home. They have their home opener next weekend against North Central, which sure to be an entertaining match there. Coach, good luck with the travel, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Joe.